Okay, hello and welcome. Today I'm going to take you over how to apply jams over the top of your gel manicures, okay? So I've just done this Trushine manicure and I want to mix it up a little bit by putting some jams over the top, some clear jams. So I'm going to use between the lines. And what you're going to need in order to do this is you're going to need your mini heater, okay, or a hairdryer if you're game to do it that way. If you haven't invested in a mini heater and you're battling with your hairdryer, and you can totally do it with your hairdryer, that's totally fine, but the mini heater is fantastic and they're only $27. So for the benefit of them and the price, they're definitely worth getting. You're also going to need either an orange stick or a purple pusher, one or the other, or a pair of tweezers will work too, and you're going to need a pair of scissors, okay? And you're also going to need a buffer block and an alcohol wipe or rubbing alcohol and a little pad, okay? So either. I do this for myself because I do my manis so much. So because we've just done our gel, I'm going to put fine lines just over my, actually I think I'm going to put them over these three and leave my ring finger. Okay, so I need to buff those lightly, the ones that I'm going to put the jams on, okay? Give them a light buff, and then once I've buffed, I'm going to wipe with my alcohol prep wipe, and then I'm going to grab my jams. Okay, and I've got my heater ready to go, my jams ready to go, I've got my scissors, and I already know my sizing, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to quickly talk about this. You're going to want to make sure that you size your jam correctly, just like if you were applying it to your normal nail. Do not oversize, remember, embrace the gap, okay? So I already know my sizes, but you can wrap the jam around your finger and really get a good look about what's going to work best. So I know that this is going to be my first jam. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut the ones off the sheet because I find that that's what's going to work for me. This is my pinky, this is my pointer, or my ring finger. They are the same size. So pinky, pointer, and my middle finger. So they're the three I'm going to use, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut them in half. Okay, so this is this side. I'm going to turn my heater on till it's ready to go. I'm going to lift up my jam, and remember you don't want to touch the adhesive with your finger. I'm going to place my purple pusher underneath, and I've got it. And we're going to set it down on the nail first before I heat it, okay? Now because I know that this is not going to be sitting on my nail, I know I can touch this, it's not going to be a problem. And I'm going to zoom in for you so that you can see what I'm doing. Like that. And we're going to set it in where I know it's going to work. Like so. And because I haven't heated it, I've got play. Okay. Move my heater in. And we're just going to heat the front. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to grab my purple pusher and I'm just going to work the center. Okay. This is our step 1. So we're doing the cold application 1, 2, 3 method. So this is 1. Then I'm just going to heat this side. So heat that side, and I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to run it down this side. Starting from cuticle, moving to tip, but also just from that side. Now step 3 is heating this side of the wrap. So I'm going to go ahead and put this side of the wrap on the heat, and then I'm going to roll my finger from cuticle to tip, but also just this side. Okay? And you can see I don't have any ridges or bumps or anything. I'm just going to go ahead and heat from the front again and give this a little bit of a tug. So once I've done that, I'm just going to trim off the excess because we don't want to file until the wrap has cooled. So that's one finger done. We're going to go ahead and grab our wrap for our next finger, which is going to be my pointer in this case. and I'm going to hold it up here so you can see what I'm doing. Set it on cold, roughly where I know that it's going to go. Move it across a little bit. And when I'm happy, I'm just going to heat the front. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm just going to, using my pebble pusher, I'm going to work from cuticle to tip, just the center. And that's step 1. Then we're going to heat this side and that side only. And then we're going to work with our finger from cuticle to tip and push it down. And then we're going to do this side, which is our step 3. Heat it and then push it down. And that's our third step. Because I have a bit of curve to my nail, I tend to give it just a little bit of a tug. And there you go. Okay, I'm going to use my pebble pusher to work my sides. Remember to apply pressure. I would normally do this down on the table, but because I want you to be able to see properly, give you a better idea. And then we're going to grab our scissors and we're going to trim off the excess. And then we're going to grab our next wrap. Lift it up, set it down. I'm pretty happy with that, so I'm going to heat the front. And then that's step 1. And we're going to heat this side. Step 2, heat the other side. Step 3. And that's our 1, 2, 3. I just give it a bit of a tug because I get, if I get anything, I get a few puckering on the side, on the tip rather. So I find that works for me. And then using pressure, I'm going to focus around the edges. Applying firm pressure. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut off the excess. Now before, I'm still not going to file these. Okay, I'm going to move on and I'm going to do this hand. So to start off with, I use a standard really rough file, but to finish off, I like to use my glass file. It gives me a smoother finish, I find, because it is a much finer file. Okay, so getting us in focus eventually. There we go. We're going to get our file and we're going to work down. Don't go up and down, you'll lift your tips. And then the nail, the Jamberry, is going to fall straight off. Okay, so then I'm going to move on to the next one. This is what I love about jams, it's so quick. Next one. Almost. Then I'm going to grab my glass file and I actually do this on a little bit more of an angle, just so that I know that I'm not going to lift up my Jamberries on the edges, on my tips rather, because I'm reaching in and out of a handbag 5 million times a day. I just find it prevents the tips from lifting for me. All the meanwhile, my other hand is cooling. So I am trying to stay within the camera. I don't know if I'm doing a very good job. skis. Focus, camera. Okay, moving on to the other hand. There we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And I'm done.